Okay, there's a little all else fails here on Liquid Lunch, ThatChannel.com. Welcome back, Daniel.
Hey, you just caught me yawning, but it's just because
did.
I had a slight yawn physical thing. It's nothing to do with the show.
Sure.
Yeah. True. I see you're wearing your life ring still.
Of course.
Oh, my goodness. How long have you lived, Hugh? About 300 years already?
Forget about it. I'm not talking.
Okay.
You're not going to get me to spill the beans.
Oh, okay.
On that.
We better get to our guest.
Yes, CJ Cromwell is here. Welcome, CJ.
Thank you very much.
So you're a portfolio?
Yeah, portfolio developer. The business name is TO Portfolio, and I've been registered since 2006, but I've been doing media for a little while now, and specializing in photography.
Yeah.
But it was actually in 2004 when I started doing multimedia. The business was named Praxis Unlimited, and it was mostly community-oriented, doing website design, graphics for people that may not have had the resources to pay the big bucks.
Yeah.
And so in recent years, focusing on photography, it's boring from that model, but now it's more of a conventional business, you could say, as well, that still has an appreciation for community support, for sure.
That's really interesting. So you started as a web developer?
Started
sort of thing?
Indeed, yes. Developing my own websites. You might remember the days, I'm not sure if you ever heard of something like InfoLink or GeoCities and Angel Phase, like all these different free public website services.
Yeah.
Right? And so they also had ones that had to do with ethnicities, Black Planet, Asian Avenue, right? And so these are ways that I was introduced to website design and development. And I said, hey, why not use these skills to build community resources, right?
Now, why were you so interested in building community resources? And what do you mean exactly by that?
In terms of community resources, I've been involved in the university with Black student associations and student groups. And the big thing is getting your name out there, marketing, let people know about your events. And as we all know, the internet, we're on it right now, obviously,
Yes.
is a very powerful medium for getting a message out there. And so being able to utilize resources and tools on the web, like websites, is vital for every organization and business. So I really wanted to tap into that and open up those options for people that might not have the skill sets or money to, get out there themselves right now.
And how's that going, or where does that stand?
It was good, but it was draining. It was a lot of
energy.
work,
and you're not getting paid too much, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's the challenge, isn't it? When you're trying to do good,
yeah,
good community stuff, but the challenge is, like, how do you do good and yet still pay your bills and keep your sanity?
Absolutely. It's about sustainability, and it was a lot. And I also did some video work as well, but operating on the model, it's give and take. So you do get drained sometimes, but you do get a lot of out of it at the same time, doing something important for others.
Yeah.
Definitely rewarding.
Okay, cool. So then that just sort of morphed into photography. There was more business there, or just simplified, kept things simple and that kind of thing? Or
yeah.
Plus the whole web development market has changed, right?
Indeed.
Everything's gone CMS.
Yep, content management systems, that's where it's at. I have to admit, I'm on that tip as well in terms of using content management systems. They're definitely very efficient and effective.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite CMS?
Right now I'm using WordPress just because it's very, very straightforward.
Simple. Yeah.
Joomla is a pretty impressive technology as well.
Because I looked at Joomla and I used it for a while.
Yeah.
And now I don't like it anymore. You don't. Hey, Coco said me either. So you know Joomla too, Coco? Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. But wait, Danny. One more. How about Drupal?
Drupal?
Yeah.
That's also pretty powerful. But
yeah, okay.
I mean, WordPress is straightforward.
No, I know. It's like that's the one. There's not much of a learning curve, I guess.
I think you left me way back there somewhere, but that's okay. I'll take a tutoring class on CMS later.
Okay, it's your turn. Go, Dan.
Well, your photography, is it the photography that's developed, is it just something that goes into the websites, or is it something more of an art form, or when you say the photography, who's your clients for the photography?
Photography,
I guess is what I'm saying, yeah.
It's so diverse, and it's been a lot of fun doing the photography. I've done everything from wedding photography to birthday photos, concepts with portfolio development. In fact, I have some of my work that we can take a look at.
Yeah, let's have a look, and we can chat about it as we go through this. Hey, Coco, do me a big favor. Could you just move that guitar out of the way? We can't see the screen from here. Okay, thanks, Coco. We're going to have Coco up here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Coco galore.
Looks like
She looks good.
Okay, there's one. Who's that?
This is Darnell on his wedding day with his boys behind him. We're at the church there.
Looks like a singing group there.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know.
Like the barbershop quartet or something.
That's barbershop quintet.
Or it was
Quintet.
yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's do the next one.
Yeah, there they are. The steeple of the church is behind them. A lot of fun this day.
Yeah,
So,
you guys look like you're having fun.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about. It's definitely about having fun, and I recommend for anybody looking for a wedding photographer, make sure there's a connection. Make sure you guys get along. It's not about
yeah,
business. They really
for
have to
sure.
have some care, and they
Yeah.
want to make sure they get good photos for you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. Okay.
They're the parents. We're just having some good
Who's
time.
that guy though?
That guy,
Is that the
Darnell.
groom? Is that the groom?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
That's Darnell. And yeah, both of them, they were so excellent. And that's the bride and her father in a wonderful vehicle that was fun to shoot that you're going to see more of a little bit later.
Where was the church? Where was this wedding?
This was actually in Toronto.
Yeah, where though?
Yeah, it was
Like
just in
which-
the East End
Yeah?
in Scarborough. And I
Yeah.
can't for the life of me remember the name of the church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's the name of that vehicle? That looks like a really nice
We're
vehicle.
gonna
You're
see
going to
it.
get a good look at it.
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
a
second.
Bentley,
Cool.
maybe?
The bride was a little bit late. There was a little bit of panic, but she arrived, and
It's the wedding dress, the pinning down and everything, you know.
There
What
they
kind
are.
of cameras did you use?
Well, I'm a Nikon guy.
Okay.
And I mean, it really doesn't matter when you get to the Nikon versus Canon thing, but for me, for event photography and photojournalism, like it's just that feel that the camera has. I'm not trying to promote. I'm not getting paid by Nikon, so I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you should.
Yeah.
Give you a free cam.
They better. There's the car. It almost looked like a buggy. And, what you're seeing now is a fisheye lens, which makes everything
Round.
really
Yeah.
distorted intentionally, but it's fun.
Don't mess with those guys.
This is all shot on location. The park that was not too far
That's
from the
like
church.
that Beatles shot, that famous Beatles shot, right?
You notice the bride there doesn't look too entertained by the antics, but everybody's having a good time that day anyway.
Yeah.
And these are just some more photo shoot portions of the wedding. And as we go through these, we're going to get to another section of different type of photography. From photo shoots on scene to photo shoots in studio.
Okay. We're in the studio now?
This is in the studio, yes. This
Okay.
is Georgette Sims.
She doesn't have cat's eyes there, does she?
It almost looks that way because of the lighting.
Yeah.
Coming from two sides. Yeah, the reflection of the light modifiers.
I
in
just
her-
don't want. I want to make sure she's not one of these reptilian shape-shifting alien.
here we go
hybrids.
again.
Well, you never would know because maybe she is. And
Yes.
She shapes, but maybe you caught her with the cat's
If you
eye.
watch the X-Files, you just don't know, right? Or the Fringe. Look, are you on, do you believe that it's all digital, or do you sometimes for special occasions use film, traditional film?
Film is great because of the high dynamic range that it can capture. So yes,
Okay.
every now and then I do like the look of film, but it really doesn't matter. You can
Yeah.
use a point and shoot digital camera and take a great shot.
Yeah, for sure. Who's this guy here?
This is John B, and this is a concert at the Ice Cream Fest, and so
Ice Cream Fest.
Ice Cream Fest.
How come we
happens
don't know
every year.
about that?
You don't know about Ice Cream Fest? Well,
No.
you do now. So look out for it next summer. I don't know why I'm promoting everybody else but myself in this show, but it was a great show, a great concert.
Who's that?
Yeah, that's John B again. I was just on the stage, and actually it's funny here because shortly after this, he started heading directly to me, and I felt so awkward because he came in about 2 feet of me, walking directly.
Did
and
you
I
get a shot?
Oh, of course I got a shot.
Do we have it?
Not here.
No. Okay.
This is backstage, but yeah, I did get some shots when he was coming directly towards me, but
Cool.
yeah, not as nice as some
Who's
of these
that?
shots. This is
Sarah McLachlan?
Faith Evans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a lot of talent there that day. Shabba Ranks, you guys are probably familiar.
Oh, yeah.
And we had Jaheim. Jaheim, I think, is on here as well. Salt and Pepper were there. Sarani stopped by. He was backstage, and he had his own concert later on that night. This is KRS-One. He's done
Oh,
some
yeah.
work here in Toronto recently
Yeah.
in
We
the
wanted
community.
to get him in here.
Yeah, he's
would've
got some
been
great
great.
things to say.
Yeah, he's down on Obama now, right? He doesn't like Obama. He
Doesn't
thinks-
like Obama? Well, I wouldn't really know his personal politics, but I bet I could kind of relate if he's not,
Yeah.
infatuated with the whole Obama character because
Well, he's just saying, before everybody was like ready to revolt, and now everybody's just sitting back waiting for Obama to do good stuff, and Obama's they're starting to call it Bush's third term.
that's a powerful point. I wouldn't mind returning to that topic right after
Yeah,
this.
yeah. See, I wish we had more time, but who's this?
This is right in the community, and it's actually in Jane and Finch. KRS-One came and had a discussion there with community activists, with youth in the neighborhood, and they were just doing a freestyle battle right in the basketball court. So a lot of fun to shoot and cover that.
Yeah.
Again, from the same event, just a little bit of photoshopping on that. This is a person that goes by the name of Buddha with KRS-One, and he is from the Canadian Floor Masters, a breakdancer. I used to breakdance back in the day as well, so I definitely have appreciation for.
Can you moonwalk?
I can moonwalk.
Cool. We'll have to get that.
I'll show you on the break. I'll break on the break. This is some breaking, as we're talking about breaking, right on the court itself. Really dynamic stuff going on there.
Right.
Yeah. Love shooting dance.
Those are great. Is that a fisheye lens there too?
It is. That's my little secret.
Cool.
My little secret is using a fisheye lens with some dance, and you can.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how you use it and your angling, you can get some really great stuff. This is my cousin actually. His name is Amadeus, but he goes by Primal, and he's from North Buck. He's an amazing crump dancer. So look out for North Buck. They're really, really representing the city well, the country well.
You should ask him to come on. We'll have him in on the station.
That would be a great idea.
Say, what
Yeah.
is a crumb dancer, actually?
The crump is
Crump, yeah.
some of its roots branch from traditional African style dancing, like
Okay.
warrior dancing, when you're really hyped up and you're just
Okay.
expressing movement and motion and emotion through the body,
Okay.
right? And it's a positive thing. In some dances that could be considered urban dances, you see instead of people going to the streets and engaging in direct violence, energy is communicated through movement and dance in a positive way. And so
Right.
you have that terminology of battling, and there's a lot of that, and even in capoeira, the African Brazilian martial art.
Yeah,
you
that
see things like
well-known
that.
one. Yeah.
Absolutely. This is the City Hall, and just an interesting perspective there
yeah.
during a conference with KRS-One. And that's actually KRS-One holding the shirt. That's might be the very same shirt I have on right now, which is designed by Keish. And what these shirts are designed for are awareness and consciousness. The one that I'm wearing right now is about, it's a question of educated or assimilated in terms of the current education system here in Canada. So, yeah, I believe that's a wrap for the
What did you say,
photos.
Brian? Look at. Huh? Oh, that's it. Okay,
Yeah, I just
great.
brought a couple today.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let's get back to that topic, the Obama
Yes,
topic, because
let's-
you're
let's
obviously
do it.
socially, politically aware
yeah.
and
I hope
involved.
so.
Let's talk about that.
All right, great.
Okay, go.
Washington, I was actually there during the inauguration. Very, very cold. Very, very cold. With a camera, two cameras actually, video camera and a photo camera.
Yeah.
And the reason I went was not because I had all these warm, fuzzy feelings about an African American being elected, the president of the United States, but it was to document, because I thought it was a very important event socially. And in terms of the impact that President Obama has, I think it's a positive thing for people to see a black man and the family, a powerful black woman and children in a position of responsibility and authority. So I
Right.
take nothing away from that. That's a very good thing.
Right.
In terms of the politics, I don't think that should, serve to change our political approach to what the presidential office of the United States represents and the policies that that office is responsible for. So if you would believe that Bush is, incompetent mentally, and that can be his excuse for being complicit in signing on to, neocolonial activities, if you will, if that's not too much of a strong word to have people stop listening already, right? I think you should also look at Obama's positioning in terms of him signing on to similar measures critically as well. So,
Well,
yeah.
I think that I think the idea, the concept of the White House, the presidency, is almost to me a separate entity than the person, unfortunately. And I'll explain. When someone has an agenda, and I think I have a funny feeling I don't know the man Barack Obama, but
What? I thought you knew him.
personally, well, we had some private conversations. But anyways, but I can't talk about that here on the radio.
Of course not.
On the television. But anyways, you have these intentions. You sell these intentions to the public. You get the votes. You get in, and all of a sudden, you're representing. I'm not excusing this, but it's a dilemma. You're representing the other side that voted for the other side, whoever McCain and all these other people. You're representing a whole gamut of people that you didn't initially represent, so to speak. And so you're trying to keep everybody happy, which is impossible. Plus, you have an agenda by the how you say, the Army, the Navy, or whoever. In this case, Crystal, who may be a bit of a problem. This guy, General Crystal, who is maybe more influential, behind closed doors. You don't know if it's almost like fail-safe, like they're almost taking control of the White House, where they're convincing this particular president, because he may not know much about the chess game of maneuvers out there in the war zones, maybe taking too much advice from a general and his staff. What I'm saying is, I'm getting lost in this. What I'm saying is, I think that sometimes when you get in there, you can be controlled. You think you're controlling the situation, but it could be easily the other way, that he's being controlled by the other side.
Oh yeah. Plus,
which
it's
is not. I'm not excusing Obama. I'm just saying you're in a situation that I would never want to be in. It's a very tough position to be a president with your staff, because you can be controlled by the staff in a sense.
Any thoughts on that, CJ?
Well, when we look at America, what is America and what's running America? There are a few interests. It's not just the interests of one individual
Right.
that determines the future of a country. There are a lot of corporations that have a vested interest in the international and domestic policy of the United States.
Right.
And there are a lot of institutions connected to those corporations as well. And so the president is more of a figurehead and more of a PR, public relation entity.
Thank you. You're wording it better than I'm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we're definitely on
Yeah.
the same page in
Yeah.
terms of what that's representing. And right now, one of the earlier statements, it does look like a great PR entity to have in terms of Obama's representation. And I say nothing bad personally about President Obama. I don't know him personally either.
Yeah.
But I do think he's a really outstanding individual. And in terms of him personally, what I've heard, it's really amazing stuff. So nothing negative, but the
Yeah.
institution of the United States of America has a lot of problematic
Oh,
issues
definitely.
that have to be addressed.
Yes.
And I don't think having, an outstanding gentleman as a president can excuse that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's such a huge bureaucracy. It's like it's a ship of state. It's
Well-
you can't turn it on a dime.
No.
And there are a lot of interests.
Right, and because of that, if you ever read a book by, sorry if I cut off too quickly, but was it Kurt Vonnegut wrote one of his earlier books. Everyone knows about Slaughterhouse-Five and various other books that he's written, but one of his earlier books was Player Piano. And in Player Piano, it's at the future, way out in the future, and that's where the president is just a figurehead. And we may be going, because of what you just were saying, in that area, because of these circumstances of special interests and whatever, that's almost like, but it like he still has a say, but the way the circumstances are, he doesn't have that control. And it's like a figurehead, perhaps.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So okay, final thoughts. We're just about out of time. So it's been great to have you here. Great conversation.
Thank you.
I'd love to be able to continue this. We'll have to have you back and do this some more. But
Thanks a lot.
You want to leave us with any final thoughts? Did you get your flu shot?
Not just yet. But thank you for having me on the show. It's been a pleasure. Website is www.toportfolio.com. toportfolio.com, and you can also contact me at info@toportfolio.com. Love doing photography services. Right now, working on developing a youth program with photography as well. And thank you again for having me here. It's been a pleasure.
Cool. Are you going to get your flu shot?
Well,
Are you all about that? I'm
Well,
down.
That's a whole other
All
discussion.
about the flu
That's
shot.
another
a whole other
discussion,
discussion.
but be healthy out
I
there.
know.
I haven't done it yet either.
I can't wait to get mine.
And
Again?
so,
Okay.
Thanks again.
We're going to, thanks a lot, CJ. We will have you back.
Yeah.
Looking forward to having you back again. That was a lot of fun.